Hey guys, I'm going to be going over a hero deck profile, and thusly the name is Top Deck Champion, and what better deck to really profile with the name Top Deck Champion than the best top decking deck out there right now. So let's get into it. It's really a combination of Hero Drain and Light Hero Beat, something I've kind of been messing around with. It's subject to minor changes, but I've been running this deck for a long time, and it's been working really well. Won a couple locals, did really well at regionals with them. It's rough against dragons right now, but what isn't rough against dragons right now? So without further ado, let's get into it. Obviously, starting off with the hero lineup, gonna run one Stratos. He's Stratos. If you don't know what Stratos does, you haven't been playing the game long. He searches out all the heroes and makes for really explosive plays. People are saying he should get banned, but I just think they're butthurt about heroes. Running triple alias, Gemini Spark target, 1900 beat stick, doesn't really have an effect, isn't affected by skill drain. Miracle Fusion target. This card makes the deck along with Stratos. I am running triple Bubble Man because of XYZs. You can make insane plays with Bubble Man, empty your hand out of the field, XYZ into big beat sticks, Miracle Fusion with the detached material, and just go off completely in OTK. Really good at 3. Double Thunder King because it's too good not to play. That's pretty much it. Crusader of Endymion. Some people prefer to go with Chevalier over Endymion. I prefer Endymion because it allows you to go into shining plays and recycle your monsters more. You're only running, I think, 11 monsters in this, which is actually kind of high for a hero build, but I still like to recycle and keep going. So that's why I like him. Draw power is great, but I'd rather recycle more consistently. And one Photon Thrasher because it's 2100 beat stick. I play skill drain, so I can swing with Thrasher and another monster on the field if I have to. Special summons itself when I don't control anything. Makes for XYZ plays. I'm actually thinking about swapping this out for a Gawain, but I'm not sure yet. As for the spell lineup, I'll start off with triple Miracle Fusion. It's Miracle Fusion. Amazing card. I'm really happy that I found room for 3 space. The deck works really well with 3 space in it. 3 space, 3 spark. And back row doesn't live in this deck. I can really focus the sparks on more monster hate than back row hate with 3 space in the deck. It makes it run really well. 3 Gemini Spark, tribute to Gemini monster, target a card on the field, destroy it, and draw a card. Yeah, it's a 0, but this is a really devastating card if you play it at the right time and you know what you're doing with it. Not to mention the draws in heroes can be really good, much like most decks. 2 Pot of Duality. Some people say that this slows me down. If you know how to play heroes, you know how to play duality, and basically if you don't have a Shining or an E-Call or a Rhoda, not a Shining, a Stratos, an E-Call or a Rhoda in your hand, or you're looking for a Spark or something, you pot a duality into it, and it just helps the deck move along. It works well. Yeah, it can cut down on explosive plays, but with hero you're gonna have explosive plays almost always. Double E-Call. Obviously it just searches elemental hero monsters. Dark Hole, staple. Rhoda, just a staple for heroes. Well, not heroes, just warriors. Heavy Storm for back row 8, and Monster Reborn because it's Monster Reborn, and why wouldn't you? As for the back row, this deck does run a lot of back row. I have cut it down a little bit because of the 3 space. I had to find some room, so I cut out a little bit of back row, but it's still running quite a bit. Double Bottomless, Double D Prison, just because sometimes you don't always have monsters and you like to protect your life points while you can. Double Compulse, with all the XYZs running around out there, you can compulse it, get it out of your way. You can also compulse your Elemental Hero Stratos, summon it again, get more searches, pop cards, compulse your Ab-Zero and blow up their field and just continue to go off. It's nice to have. I really like it too. Double Skill Drain. This card wins games. Even with dragons and all that fun stuff, if you have Skill Drain on the field, you're going to live through it. Draco Sack can't get its tokens. Lad doesn't go off if this is on the field beforehand, obviously. Evil Swarms, they can't search their pandemics. This card is just really, really crippling right now. Even Spellbooks, they can't Big Eye you. They can't do almost anything with Skill Drain on the field. And card's just really devastating right now, and I think it's way too good not to play. I don't like it at 3, though. It's cloggy at 3, great at 2. As for the one-ofs, 1 Mirror Force, 1 TT, 1 Judgment, and 1 Road. Because you run a lot of back row in this, and you often do set your hand for Bubble Man, you like to have some protection sometimes, and you don't always have Judgment or something to protect it, so I like Road. I did have Road out for a little while, but I just threw it back in because I found myself needing it more and more. That's the main deck, 40 cards. Extra deck, we run Triple Shining. Great Beat Stick, gets up to 32 if you just banish 2 off of a Miracle Fusion, or 29 if you use an Endymion or whatever. Recycles the monsters. Once you play the deck for a little bit, you'll know what to pitch and recycle and stuff like that. It's really, really great. I run 3. Some people run it at 2. Double 0 because we're running the Bubble Man, and it's absolute 0. He's amazing. Blows up your opponent's field. With the Bubble Man, he can be a big old beat stick at like 3,000, 3,500. Dweller on the field, etc., etc. Running 1 Elemental Hero, I call him the Mexican, just because I am an American and I don't know how to pronounce Escrodale. But just a target that you can go into. Elemental Hero Nova Master, once again, super poly target. Great Tornado, make it by going into Shining and something else. I actually do use this card when I need to get out of a sticky situation that I can't just Shining over. Like if you're playing against frogs or something like that and they manage to drop Obelisk on you, cut it in half and just run it over. Gets you out of really sticky situations. I actually don't run Elemental Hero Gaian because it's terrible. I never go into it. Some people do. I never do. I side deck Super Poly. And I just never find myself needing it. For the XYZ lineup, 1 Blade Armor Ninja, just massive damage if you have open fields. Dweller, because of all the effects that activate Engrave, water, dragons, just all that fun stuff. Obviously I go into this against Dark Worlds too. Buys you time, makes their plays less explosive, really easy to make too. Black Ship of Corn. I like this card and I don't like it right now. Not many people are running Zen mains, and when they do, that usually just gets black-corned. But it's still a really, really great card to go into. But right now I have mixed feelings about it. I find myself using it less and less, but that could change, so I'm keeping it in. Shockmaster, because it's Shockmaster, you can make this card really easily in this deck. Double Excalibur, I upped this to 2 because of the fact that Evil Swarms are a thing. You do need a 4K beater every once in a while because Lance is a card and Ophion is pretty big at 2550. So you make this and you really don't have to worry about it too much. but that's why I run it at 2. Sometimes you just need a big beat stick. Also, if you open up with like E-Call and Bubble Man, etc., you can go off and then have Miracle Fusion, go off, overlay into this, detach to Miracle Fusion, and it helps with OTKs. And then the last card, Stardust Dragon, because you run Starlight Road and I like to plus off that. So 15 card extra. And for the side deck right now, one Snowman Eater, good against evil swarms, dragons, stuff that you can just destroy in battle. It's just good to have right now. One Super Poly. I'm only side decking one. I did have it mained for a little while, but with 3 Bubble Man, it did end up being set a lot, and I couldn't use it until next turn, until I drew. That's why I'm side decking it. I usually side out a Bubble Man or something if I put it in, because 3 Bubble Man and Super Poly is a little overkill. You don't often have a hand in this deck to pitch. So that's why it's sided right now. Double D Fissure because I'm butthurt over water. 2 Parallel World Fusion because Dimensional Fissure is in the side deck. I'll often side out 1 or 2 Miracle Fusion and side in 2 Parallel World Fusion, or side out a Miracle Fusion and Reborn and put in 2 Parallel World. It helps. Some people don't like it. I like it because I have D-Fissure in. Mirror Force, just for more monster hate, in case you're running against something like dragons or something. Not elemental dragons. 1 Light Imprisoning Mirror. Agents are a deck, and this shuts it down. Light Swarms don't get played much, but they are a deck, and it helps. But I don't side it in often, but when I do, it hurts them more than it does me. Double Shadow Imprisoning. Insectors still around. Evil Swarms are huge. This deck really hurts. This card really hurts them. And Dark Worlds, obviously, just a great card to side right now. 2 Mind Drain. Once again, kind of hurts the Bubble Man, but if it hurts your opponent more than it hurts you, it's a good thing to side. Works against dragons, works really well against water. Once again, I'm butthurt over water, and so my side deck is heavy against them. 2 Soul Drain, once again, butthurt over water, E-Dragons, anything that activates Engrave, Dark Worlds, stuff like that, good against them. And 1 Chain Disappearance, because there's a lot of small monsters running around. You hit this in spellbooks, and they lose the 500 Prophecy dude, I can't remember his name. You hit this in Moldoche, they're becoming bigger, and you just stop their plays for a while. It's getting better as time goes on. It was dead for a while, but I decided to put it back in because of the reoccurrence of Moldoche, and it's so used in spellbooks and everything. So that's the deck profile, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, go ahead and ask them, and any comments are always appreciated. If you have any suggestions, let me know. Thank you.